Hello, everybody, and welcome to Time Capsule here on the Games Done Quick Hotfix. It is the show where we travel back in time to your favorite years in gaming and showcase awesome speedruns of games released in the same year. I am your host, Smooth Operative. Tonight, we've got another unlikely pairing of games for you. Originally released in 1999 with speedruns of Syphon Filter and later Ape Escape. So it may get a little rowdy on the show tonight, friends, and I hope you will stick around with us. But as always, before we begin, we must cover the announcements. So first off, if you didn't know, the mini marathon GDQX is back at TwitchCon from October 20th through the 22nd in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you're interested in speedrunning at the event, you can use the command !GDQX right here in our Twitch chat, or go to gdqx.gamesdonequick.com to submit your games. Anyone accepted as a runner or backup runner will receive a TwitchCon badge, courtesy of GDQ, and the opportunity to showcase their run live on the GDQ stage. But wait, there's more. Games Done Quick will also be at PAX West this year from September 1st through the 4th. So if Seattle, Washington is more your style, be sure to stop by the GDQ Speedrun stage and catch a run live, or try your hand at the Speedrun Gauntlet. And our staff members there at PAX West will be sure to point you in the right direction. But anyway, my friends, that's what I've got for you for now. So let's get started. Here to showcase a speedrun of Syphon Filter, please welcome Pro A 007.
Thank you for that intro. Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome.
I am Pro A 007. Very happy to be joining you here for my GDQ debut, and also this is the franchise's debut. So this game was released in February of 1999 for the PlayStation. And lasted about 8 years. It was made by Eidetic and published by 989 Studios. Eidetic is now Sony Bend. So I think they'll be joining us in the chat tonight. So welcome to anybody from Sony Bend. So yeah, tonight will be a any percent run with an estimated time of completion of 1 hour 15 minutes. So let's get this started. So, timer will start when I hit a new game. So let's get it going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Best of luck.
Thank you. All right. So, Syphon Filter, when it came out in 99, it came out on the heels of some spectacularly successful games like Half-Life, like Metal Gear Solid. So this game was kind of facing some stiff competition, but it was kind of an underground hit. It sold over 1 million copies when it first came out, and spawned 2 sequels for the PlayStation and 3 more games for the PS2 and PSP. So this game, when they made it, it was generally inspired by Tomb Raider was their main influence, and you can kind of see it in the way Gabe Logan, our protagonist, interacts with the objects. He can climb, he can roll, he could do a lot of stuff. So he wasn't quite as rigid as, say, James Bond and GoldenEye. So this game, this opening mission here is non-linear at the start. I can do these opening objectives in any old order I wish, but what I'm doing, this is the most optimal way to do it. And it this opening level kind of is designed to give you a feel of how all this works. Okay, Kravitz is down.
I've taken out Kravitz and destroyed the comm equipment, but I don't see their uplink dish.
I'll trace it.
And you'll be seeing me do some various moves, or try to here throughout, designed to speed the game up a little bit. Okay, I was going to go for an interaction skip. I did not, unfortunately, I did not get it. So we'll try that again. But that's going to be one of the main tricks that I'm going to be using throughout this game. Yeah, it was a little late on that one.
You've bypassed the subway security first terminal should be clear now.
So I'm also going to be doing some climb glitches. I'm going to be canceling out some animation there as well. Okay. So the opening objectives are designed to get us down into the subway. And there will be a few more little tricks I'm going to be doing, including a crouch animation skip that'll save about a second. And the main animation skip, which I'm 0 for 3 on so far, is designed to save about a second and a half every time. Rather than watching Gabe interact with these things, we're just gonna, try and skip as many of these as we can. And that's a major feature of Syphon Filter 1. 2 and 3 don't really utilize that as much. Okay. There we go. That's how it's supposed to work. Where, instead of watching Gabe, press the button, by shooting at the same time as I'm interacting with an object, it skips the animation entirely. So I see in chat, there's a lot of people talking about the taser, and yes, that is certainly what the game is, I think, best remembered for almost 25 years later. It's the taser. Now, I have some bad news for chat. We will only be using it once in this run.
Setting a beacon. Wait.
So a good first level. So we're going to have our first sequence break here. Normally, you're supposed to go around this whole section. We're going to be rolling through the fire, though, like so. And that saves about 25 seconds.
That should be all the C4 you need to blow open that.
So, there are a few fire skips I'll be using throughout this run. This main climb skip, so you see I'm pressing the aim button as Gabe is climbing up, and this is canceling out the animation. And that saves about a minute and a half throughout the run. It's used a lot in the midsection of the game.
Leon, I found the gas main. I'm shutting it
And
down.
in that little run I did over the edge there, it's called the Leap of Faith. That saves about 5 seconds. So I'm starting to get into the groove here with the
CBDC is on their way in.
the interaction skips, which is nice. So here I'm going to take out one guard from either side. With some of these situations where you have to protect these CBDC agents, you have to take out X number of guards to kind of move the game along. So yeah, we just ignore that guard there, otherwise we'd have had to deal with like 3 more guards on top of that. So now we come to our first mini-boss in Aramoth. So what I'm going to try to do is do a quick U-turn and get a quick headshot on her before she can run. See if I can get it. Got her. Okay, good. If I had missed, there's a backup strat that loses about 5 seconds. So now we come to the first real, I'm on my way to the park. This is a level that can end in failure fairly often enough. The where this happens are these 4 bombs that we have to protect CBDC agents while they disarm them. And each bomb requires you to take out X number of guards before you can trigger the checkpoint.
CBDC has the signal. They're on their way. Stand by.
So this first one is pretty straightforward. So I just have to take out that one guy. And alright, so on we go. Bomb number 2 is by far the most challenging, because on top of everything else, I will be taking out 5 guards, but they will come from about 360 degrees. And some of them will hide behind trees, or stop behind trees, I guess is a more accurate term, and, you know, just cause me all kinds of misery. Because, you know, this game is known for its, shall we say, unusual behavior at times.
CBDC has the signal. They're on their way. Stand by.
But you know what game doesn't? So yeah, this is about as good a spot as I'm going to get. Like, you do not want to screw this up, because this is about a 1 minute time loss if I don't get this right. I'm going to play kind of safe on this one. Yeah. I mean, I could have stopped after, that was 7 guards, I could have stopped after 5 and I would have been okay, but sometimes what happens is you start moving too far away and the game will automatically ding you for failing your mission objective. So, for the sake of the run, I decided to just hang back just a little bit on that one. Now, the reason I picked up the M16, which really isn't technically required, but it is a safety valve for this level, because it's more efficient than the 45.
CBDC has the signal. They're on their way. Stand.
I got an early guard spawn there. So this one requires 3 guards to be taken down. I got 4 instead. And Conwolf95 in chat is correct. Before Syphon Filter, they made Bubsy 3D, which is notorious for being one of the worst reviewed games of all time. So this is a nice second act in the company's history. Just gonna go for this. Okay. So it was about 9:57 through the 4 bombs, which is not bad. That's a solid time. 9:45 would be like really cruising, but 9:57 is good. That's a good marathon time. So this guy, I'm gonna take him out silently, and then there's this guy here who's holding these 2 CBDC agents hostage. We have to take him out silently, or he'll kill the hostages. So it's our first sort of stealth required. So, but there will be another stealth section later on in this game. There are 2 main stealth sequences and one that's kind of optional. I'll be using a mix of stealth and action in Roamer's Base.
Check.
Okay, so now I got to take out this guy Marcos, who's a trigger man for the bombs, as a backup to Gadu, who will be the first main boss in the game. So we gotta just sneak up behind him. Okay, not a great setup there. It's usually I can swing it around and just get him from behind, but I was a little off center. So now we're coming to the end here, and we're gonna have again our first boss fight with Anton Gurdu, who is wearing full body armor and is carrying a flamethrower. So if you ever saw the beginning of Lethal Weapon 4, it's like that.
Tell CBDC to get there.
And like Lethal Weapon 4, we're gonna try and shoot his the napalm tank. So, but this is a pretty straightforward fight. It's 3 hits with a shotgun.
Anton Gurdu. I hope Romer's paying you enough to...
Gabe, you're
Right.
So it's going to be a 1, 2, 3.
You can't...
Iframes end as soon as the danger meter turns back on again.
Gabe, are you all right?
He's finished.
So 12:21. All right, that's good. That's a good time for the opening section. Now we come
Analyze blood taken
to the world famous Fagin skip.
Fagan's heading for this.
Where I'm going to skip this whole stealth section with Fagin and save about 1 minute. So I'll explain this in more detail in a minute. I want to get through this. Okay, so what I did there is I waited for those first two guards to be just far enough away to where I could take out the first guy and then run as fast as I could through the stone hedge to get ahead of Fagin.
Boomer and Airlog went after him, but Benton's still with you.
Ooh.
He's fit.
And from there, it's just a simple matter of just taking out the guards as we go along. So, and that Benton fight, Benton turns out to be a mole inside Gabe's agency who's working with the bad guys, and he's a dangerous enemy if you don't get a quick headshot on him. I didn't, so he was running and did some decent amount of damage before I was able to take him down. So this level here does a really nice job of utilizing the climb glitch, and we're going to be using it a lot in a minute here. It's not a great setup. Okay, so this guard here down who's running away from me, he has the key card I need, and he will go one of three ways. He will go left, he will go right, he will go straight back or right. Left is actually the most uncommon, and you know, straight back is preferred because it saves you time. Left and right cost you about 2 to 3 seconds. So the climb glitch actually makes this section much easier, and really saves a lot of time on climbing and avoiding the guards, because it's about a 15-second time save, I'd say. Okay, so an underrated aspect of at least Syphon Filter 1, 2, and 3 don't really have this, but ammo count is very important in this game. So, you know, I'm really trying to be conscious of my ammo count throughout this run, so I don't lose, you know, getting myself into a bad spot with the weapons, because, you know, you want to be using automatics as much as possible. Shotguns are largely useless. I'm not completely, but largely. Yeah. So the rest of this whole level is basically one giant keycard hunt until the end, and then we're trying to get into the security room to find out where Mara has taken Fagin. So yes, Aramov really did survive by getting shot in the head in the subway tunnels. Why? Because video games. That's why.
Very impressive.
Yeah. There's no question of the logic here. It's just video games.
Now, Pro A, I was going to ask you, are all of the enemies randomized, or do you generally have an idea of like where everyone's going to be?
That's a good question. They are largely predetermined, but this game can, in many cases, only handle X amount of enemy sprites on the screen. So, and that's 5. So there are going to be some cases where I will be kind of manipulating the situation a little bit so I can despawn some enemies in places where they wouldn't be advantageous.
Oh, interesting.
So I've been doing a little bit of it here and there, like that catwalk there. The guards I had ignored helped me set it up, so I only had 2 guards on the catwalk. I could have had as many as 3.
The entrance to the dinosaur.
Check.
So now we have the K3G4, which is the most powerful gun in the game. It cuts through flak jackets, so I don't have to go for headshots with this gun. So this is one of our more recent discoveries. This is the shimmy skip, where I'm hitting the strafe button as Gabe shimmies from left to right to cancel out some animation frames. And it saves about a second, but it is kind of fidgety. It doesn't always work the way you want it to, so you see Gabe kind of stuttering a bit. So this next guard pattern up here, there are going to be 2 guards that appear, and I want them both to appear at the same time. But it's kind of random. Okay, 1. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. This can create a dangerous situation where these 2 guards might still be shooting as I'm trying to take down Mara. And by the way, here is your first and only appearance of said taser.
There goes Fagin. Is Mara still alive?
Yes. Now to get some answers.
Hurry. More security is on its way.
You see the shimmy skip being put to good use here. Doesn't get utilized that often in the trilogy, but this is a good spot. And
Leon, send in...
Gabe, we needed Mara alive.
yes, that was intentional. This ends the cutscene a bit early and saves me about 3 seconds.
I've discovered why every mission in this investigation has been compromised.
Now this mission is tricky because
Check.
you know, you're technically supposed to do this kind of stealthy, but we're going to be kind of doing a hybrid of that. I'm going to be stealthy all the way up until about Gabrick, or try to. But this
I found a fuel tank.
But this game, you know, has its, you know, quirks. So if they trip the alarm early, it's not a deal breaker. But I want to keep it for as long as possible. The only real difference if the alarm gets tripped early is I'll pick up the shotgun ammo crate. Which is a mild safety. It's really for the end of this level. Well, ideally it's Gabrick, but the guards to my left here are kind of finicky. Sometimes I can slip past them, but more often than not I can't. If they do see me, the main thing is I don't want Gabrick to run. Yep, there it is.
Damn it!
So, there's Gabrick. Yep. Perfect. And now this level has that old trick of a bottomless supply of guards. But again, I'm going to be able to kind of manip my way through this. And only have to deal with certain guards in certain places for the rest of this level.
I found the power to the motion sensors. I'm heading over to the bunkers now.
So I actually got 2 shotguns, which is ideal here.
That's the last explosive. I'll trigger the timer once I'm on the roof and have disabled their radar.
Copy.
This is one of the few times I actually need the shotgun, because it's basically a one-hit kill on these guards.
Whoa, that shoots far.
Yeah. I think Baron said it earlier that these shotguns basically have the accuracy of a sniper rifle. Okay.
Seems so.
All right, so I'm gonna just ignore these guards here. Okay, there we go. So a little dicey. I'm gonna have to pick up a flak jacket at the start of the next mission. Just gonna hug the wall here. Okay, there we go. All in all, a solid level. That was nice. It's very easy to die in that stage, and it's not unheard of in a really good run to be derailed because of that.
Leon. Right.
I'm gonna take care of that. So this is where the interaction skip really comes into play here, because I'm going to be doing a ton of these between the doors and the missiles I have to catalog.
Gabe, check your fire. Damaging that missile could set it off.
Thank you, Miss Exposition. So that guard that was running there, he's a pain. I want him to stay away because he's got a shotgun. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Ideally, I take no damage in this stage. And Wolf is correct. Well, I don't get to play the rest of the trilogy next, but I do run all 3 games for the PlayStation 1. SF1 is by far my best. Ooh, missed. Okay. Yeah, I'm, I think, 5th place in SF2, and I think 3rd in SF3. And I have the world record in this game for hard mode at 107.
So, Pro, what is it that got you interested in speedrunning Syphon Filter?
Well, when I was kind of interested in the whole idea of speedrunning, oh boy, oh dear, that's unfortunate. And unfortunately, I got to start this level over.
It's okay. Fishin' mailed.
Leon.
Yeah,
Right.
that guard has been a problem lately, so that's about a 2-minute mistake. So, oh well. Yeah, that one guy that got me the shotgun early, that was what did it. Okay, so try that again. So, but no, so I was thinking about speedrunning games. This was kind of one of the first choices that came to mind. I was intrigued because at the time, I think there was only one single segment run on the game by Clicks Gaming at that time. So I thought for me, this is kind of fertile ground. And so I got interested in that, and I figured, this would be a way to try and, mark my own ground, turf, if you will. So I got interested in that for that reason. And it was certainly a game I was very familiar with. I'd been playing it since it first came out in 1999, so it was one of my first PlayStation games. I'm gonna take care of this.
After this level, I do want to know that story, what it was like picking up the copy right in 1999, how it made you feel.
Gabe, check your fire.
Well, it certainly was pretty cool, because I remember playing it. The demo was part of a very good demo pack in '99, and it was. I hadn't had a PlayStation at that point, but I'd been considering it at that time, and that really did help, kind of push me in that direction. Whew.
Nice. Yeah, I miss demos. Those were fun.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the second boss fight in the game, the Chopper. There is an optimized way to do this where it's a 2-cycle fight. So we're going to try and go for a really quick run here. So this, okay, he didn't spawn in the better. I prefer when he spawns in the other direction. Ooh, this is unusual. So that's not quite his typical pattern. Normally he fades out of sight there. So this actually works out pretty well for me. I didn't actually get the demo disc. I played it at Target. So...
Hey, listen, sometimes you gotta play where you can, and that's okay.
Okay, so this has the most dangerous skip in the game. It's called Fire Truck Skip, where I'm going to try and land on a roll on a certain point on the platform here, and skip about 80% of this stage. So if I miss, Gabe is dead. Got it. Okay, good.
Nice.
So yeah, that's a very tricky bit of maneuvering. And once you kind of get the setup down, it's not that bad, but it's very easy to hit the wrong button sequence. But it is a major damage boost. Valkyrie, the world record holder, has a different approach he uses, where he kind of like rolls under the truck, but it's just as dangerous. So 28:46 at halftime.
My God. Siphon Filter.
My God.
One more.
So these missions, the Stronghold and Catacombs, the first two missions are all about two things: killing scientists and saving test subjects. That's pretty much it. And these levels are kind of notorious for being, difficult to navigate if you don't know where to go. Luckily, there's no RNG in where these guys are located.
I found the first group of patients. Check.
So I'm trying to do an interaction skip with these test subjects where Gabe kind of lifted his hand there. That's not optimal. We call that a blessing. That scientist there and that guard, sometimes they actually see me and will start shooting. And, that just slows things down a bit. And some of these scientists are armed with 45s, and they are the most accurate scientists this side of Gordon Freeman. So I'm going to try and do the interaction. Same principle with the interaction skip. You can use a gun, an empty gun, and it'll still work. So here I'm going to try to go for a 3-for-1 on the scientists with the gas grenades. See if I can get this set up. Okay. Lob throw. Got him. And no, I do not want to be anywhere near that gas because it's an insta kill. Not just for scientists, but for Gabe too.
It's hard to see the hitbox on that.
Yeah, it is. Especially with that environment because it does kind of blend in a bit. So yeah, I picked up the PK-102, and again, I'll be kind of managing my ammo a little bit here. I'm not going to go crazy on these guys. I'm going to try and keep this ammo throughout this stage and the next one. Picking up where I can, but and one thing to note is fall physics in this game are kind of weird because Gabe can die from what would seem to be innocuous heights. So you got to be careful with that. Oops. Okay. He was already like 3/4 of the way out. And okay, so this scientist might run. Nope. Sometimes he runs, and again, not a deal breaker, but it does waste time because he's usually up in here, and I have to be careful I don't hit the test subject by mistake. All right. So, and oh yes, chandeliers blow up in this game.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's this. Yeah, this game has everything you could want for in a game. You know, air taser, exploding chandeliers.
I actually think that the level design and all of the variation and like styles of like place has been really cool to see so far.
Yeah, they did a really terrific job with the art design in this game, and you know, with limited technology and you know the graphics, even by PS1 standards in '99, were okay, not great, but they really maxed out what they could do, and they really made it work. And that's certainly true for 2 and 3. So these guards here I've largely ignored, so I can just deal with this one guy on the railing here. If I had taken out more guards would have been coming after me through the windows. We don't want to deal with that. Is the last test subject for this level. I almost died in this section in practice a few days ago. It's like everything just went off key, and it's like, oh boy, I'm still amazed I survived that. But you know, this game, you know, when it wants you, it's got you.
I guess so.
So, and the last scientist up ahead here. If the guards behind me are shooting while he's approaching, he will start running, and then I have to run into him to get him to stop running. It's like, it's just a whole thing. Ah, missed that one. This has actually been a pretty good level, all told. I'm keeping track on my splits here, and this is shaping up to be pretty solid. About a mid 6 minute run level, mid 6:05 or so. Yeah, that's good. All right, so this level is essentially a repeat of what we just did, but the test subjects will be dealt with pretty quickly, in like 2 minutes. I think it's 9 scientists will take a little bit longer. The main thing is we're trying to get down to the catacombs at this point. So here I'm going to manip this scientist on the far side to start running as I come down the stairs. So when I see a blue dot on the radar screen, that means he's coming down. There it is. Okay. So I'm going left to right with these guys to take out the scientists and save the test subjects. Now this scientist up ahead here, he is a real pain, and he was running, which is actually fine. I'm glad he's running early. You know, it's really a pain when I go through the window and he's running. He runs into me, and then I have to reposition myself, and he usually gets a few hits on me before I can take him down.
What does he hit you with?
45.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now here I'm going to use a gas grenade. I'm going to throw it in a spot where a scientist has a spawn point, and then he'll appear as I'm running down the ramp. And the same would be true if I were running up the ramp. And there he goes. So, yeah, last test subject coming up here. Well, what do we do with the test guys? Well, ideally, we're giving them shots, vaccines to prevent Syphon Filter from spreading. But as it's later revealed, before the start of a mission, that they were actually being poisoned. Okay, so we got this. Ooh, normally he falls off. So I don't even get his G18 usually. Oops. Okay, it's fine. It is worth noting that you do have to be cognizant of weapon cycling in this game, not in 2 or 3, but you'll notice as Gabe is, if I switch weapons, Gabe is kind of, reaching into wherever to pick out his next weapon, and that can cause you problems if you're, in the middle of a firefight.
Oh, so you're going to need to strategically, like, swap your weapons at the appropriate time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and Con Wolf summed up Syphon Filter pretty well. So, if you've seen the most recent James Bond movie, No Time to Die, you may notice a similarity or two with that movie's virus. So the number of guards that appeared in front of me there is kind of random. It's usually it's usually 2. Sometimes none of them show. I don't know why. They just do. So this scientist up ahead, usually he appears straight ahead, but sometimes he will appear from behind, and unfortunately he's carrying a 45. So. Okay, so here this is actually where the end of the level is, down below, but we can't go down there, so we'll die. And the last scientist we need to take care of, he's kind of at about the midway point of this whole thing, so it really makes more sense to just do this. So if there was actually a way to get down, it still wouldn't work. Yeah, Baron's correct about the radio messages. I only listen to one, and there are a couple that I try to skip out altogether so it doesn't impede me from moving.
Right, yeah, I was saying that seems like it would cause some chaos.
It can. Yeah. There's one called the Mara Skip Late, where I interact with a platform just before the thing triggers, and it saves about 5 seconds. It's very easy to do, but you just don't want to deal with it. To gently correct chat, Metal Gear Solid came out first. It was about a few months, I think. Another really good level is a 608. That's good.
You have these memorized. I guess you've been doing this quite a while.
Yeah, I've got my timer in front of me, so that helps.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were keeping time.
Oh, yeah.
You must follow the guard and let him open the cell. If you are seen, you won't be able to get in.
Have an evac standing by.
I let the cutscene run in this case because it doesn't really make any difference, because the scientist that I'm following is on a global timer. So, and this is the other forced stealth section. So, unlike with Fagin, I cannot make this go any faster. This is 2 minutes and 20 seconds, no matter what I do or what anybody does.
Okay, so we're waiting for the scientist?
Yeah, we just got to follow him to Fagin's cell. Because Fagin has been betrayed by the main villain, Romer, and is now being held in these catacombs. Is being experimented on with the Syphon Filter virus. So, we're just going to slip around these guys here. Take out a guard up ahead here. Now, I've seen some people commenting about this level and how much they dislike it, and you're not alone. This is a frustrating level, even with the optimizations we've done, mostly with Fagin. This is still not a lot of fun. But we make do as best we can. So let the scientist walk past, and then I'm going to manip the camera a bit so I can see where this guard is Oh, he's not here today. That's nice. He usually is, but it's nice that he decided to take a break today. Now, this next section is where we have Fagin leading us to where Leon is. We basically got to protect him. And unfortunately, Fagin has a mind of his own and will just stop and start or do stupid stuff all the time. So the main thing I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be aiming while shooting, because that will not, he will not just, grind to a halt. So here I'm going into first-person aim to take out these guys rather than free shoot, which will stop him dead in his tracks. Okay, so that guard actually rolled away, which is what I prefer, because now there's only going to be one guard who appears here around the corner instead of two. Now I'm actually going to do a safety here. I'm going to pick up the K3G4. I don't necessarily need it, but it'll help me with this next section. Yeah, if I get into a jam, start taking a lot of damage, this is a good way to sort of take some of the pressure off. Like that guy there, he has a flak jacket, and I thought he wasn't going to appear, but fortunately he did. Now these next 6 guards, I think it's 6. None of them have flak jackets, so I can just use the G18 machine pistol on them. And the other thing is, do not let Fagin run into you, because he will immediately stop and he'll just kind of dawdle, go for a smoke break or something, do anything so he doesn't have to help me. Whatever.
Oh my goodness.
He's a troll.
I was hoping, Pro, maybe you could explain the way the aiming works in this game. You said you were using the D-pad, but I wasn't sure.
I'm using manual aim primarily. The target button, which in my case is the X button, allows me to fix on a target, and it's useful in certain situations where I'm trying to, take out a guard without, because I'm in a spot or whatever. And it's a useful tool, but it's temperamental, unfortunately. That time, this time I used manual aim, just free shooting from the hip. And there is no RNG, incidentally, on which guards have black jackets and which ones don't. It's all the same pattern.
That's her cell. You're on your own.
That was alright. That was about 258 or so. Now, here I'm going to make Leon go faster by doing something very, very bad. I'm going to shoot her.
Are you crazy?
Okay, the run's been blessed. When she does that scream, in my chat we say that the run has been blessed. Yes, I'm a horrible person, and we'll skip over that for the moment. But yes, now Leon is going to run very quickly through the rest of this, and all I have to do is just basically follow her and clear the area as best I can.
Never mind that her leg is bleeding.
Yeah. What's funny is in Syphon Filter 3, you have another kind of situation like this where you're escorting a pregnant woman, and if you shoot her in the leg, she moves much faster, and it saves about 1 minute.
Oh my goodness. I guess fear will do that to you.
I guess. But yeah, the main thing is just stay close to Leon. Don't get ahead of her, because, you know, and just run. Ah, that's unfortunate.
Help me out here.
Oh, no. No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Let's get out of
All
here.
right, let's...
She's not pleased about the leg.
Oh. Why I usually set the timer at like 110 for this, and this is a part of the reason why, because things like this happen.
Got him.
My PB in this game is 102.44, and that's with everything going right. So, yeah, that was about a 1 minute time loss, I'd say, give or take. Normally, if everything goes right, this level takes about 7:45. Yes. And what's weird is the guards normally ignore Leon during this chaos, but for some reason he really wanted her. So, not making that mistake again.
Ew.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was right near the checkpoint spot, too. Like, that's the worst part. Like, right here. Yeah.
But we got it this time.
Yeah,
Nice.
finally. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just gonna switch over, just in case. Okay, no guard with... There really aren't any guards with flak jackets at this point, or at least none I can easily get my hands on. So it's better to just kind of run through this. I jinxed myself.
They drain your health so fast.
Yeah, well,
Out of here.
in this level. Come on, Leon. Oh, right, you're not wounded.
Watch it. Oh.
Okay. All right, well, still on pace for sub 110 at least.
Got him.
Okay, the rest of this should be pretty easy. This is the kind of luck I expect on hard mode, not normal. Because getting through this level clean on hard mode is almost impossible. Because everything tends to go wrong. Alright, so that's the end of the level.
There's someone up ahead.
Nicely done.
Yeah,
Please.
there goes Fagin. Alright, so the next level here is fairly random with its guard patterns. Which makes it one of the more frustrating levels overall.
Gabe, with boats.
Check.
And like the guards are random where they appear and what weapons they're carrying, because they either will carry the PK-102 or the combat shotgun. I kind of want both.
Erickson, move.
Who are you? What do you want?
Oh,
Now you're supposed to pick up a viral scanner here so you can see where the test subjects are being, stored in these crates. We don't need that because there's no RNG to where they're located. So you have to tag 3 viral carriers in this level and 3 in the next level. And that's largely what the objective is about.
check.
Okay, I got my PK-102. PK-102 is largely valuable for interaction skips because you can only do it with automatic weapons. You cannot do it with a combat shotgun. Strangely, you can with the regular shotgun. The combat shotgun, no, you can't. And pistols, it won't work for those either. So they actually blew the fuel tanks early. Oh, that's unfortunate. So, gonna gamble here. Probably shouldn't be, but okay. Alright, so I'm going to pick up the K3G4 here, and this is going to be critical down the stretch. It'll help me speed through some sections, and will make the end game much easier. Okay. Actually, open the blue guards are Romer's men, the white guards are Fagin's men. They're both at war with each other because, well, the game says so.
And that's enough of a reason, right?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to throw a grenade here to get these guards to disperse, because otherwise they would be coming after me and I would not survive this shimmying across. It also gets Romer's men to step out and, you know, get into a gunfight with these guys. But in general, there are infinite respawning guards throughout. And you just kind of have to make do with the situation and do the best you can overall. Okay, so I'm going to throw a grenade here to blow the doors open. I'm going to throw another grenade here at these spawning guards. And hopefully I get all three of them. And it looks like I did. Nope. These guys throw grenades. And he threw another one and he just blew himself up. Oops. Alright, so the rest of the stage is pretty straightforward. There is one possible hiccup late, because there are going to be two guards that spawn, and ideally they're going to kind of just run away from me to deal with some of Romer's men, and I'm just going to kind of sidle my way through them. But sometimes they'll stop and shoot at me instead. It's kind of random that way. Okay, there I got the two up front, that's fine. And we'll just ignore these guys and just go on to it. Okay, that guy ran. That's fine. So the main thing from this point on is every guard I encounter from this point on will be wearing a flak jacket. So either I headshot them or I just, you know, spam whatever weapon I have and hit them in the chest.
Leon, I found shipping benefits for parts. Leon, right.
So early part here, I'm going to be using the 9 to set up for this next section, which is a bit random. One of the guards, a couple of the guards will be chasing me. One of them is armed with a BIZ-2 submachine gun, and we call that guy Bizquick.
Oh, wow. Gotta hear the story about that.
I think I just came up with it one day, and it's sort of become part of the lore. So this guy coming up behind me, we'll see if I hear like a puttering sound. That's the Biz. There it is. That's Bizquick.
Smooth and silky like Bisquick.
Yeah. And later on, we'll be meeting his cousin in the missile silo, Bizkill. Because he has a tendency to derail runs late. Okay, so there's Bizquick again, trying to spoil my fun. The Biz is a very powerful gun in the game. It's... Oh boy, see, I'm already threw myself off too quick. The Biz has got the power of a 45, and it's got 66 rounds in the magazine, so... You can just basically spam your way through entire sections with it. So here I'm going to kind of roll off this this next platform here, and this guard by the fence is going to throw a grenade, and he's going to take out the two guys who are going to be trying to ambush me.
That's the
Right.
So down they go. So here I'm going to use the biz just to clear out these guards up ahead. And then I'm going to switch back to the PK-102. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of the level. I'm going to go to Warehouse 76's door and get to it, and then that'll end the stage, and everything is about to go boom.
Warehouse 76. The entrance to the silo is in there somewhere.
Sometimes if a grenade goes off early, you can cut off some of that dialogue and save a few seconds. So yeah, Warehouse 76 will lead us down to the silo access tunnels and get us closer to the missile silo where Romer is. So here is where I'm going to do two more fire skips. One is early, one is at the very end. So I'm going to skip about 35 seconds and play right like that.
This might seem like an obvious question, but
Yep.
is there no real danger of like getting caught on fire in this game? Or
If I run into the fire, then yes, absolutely.
okay,
Yeah,
you're
it's like
going
I'll
through it so
die.
fast.
If I'm in the fire too long, I will. Gabe will die. I mean, that's
Okay, but he doesn't like catch fire and then like stay on fire if you walk out of it.
no. Like those guys
Okay,
there, I would
gotcha.
if I ran next to them, I would not catch on fire.
Okay.
They corrected that in SF3, and it's actually a problem in spots
okay.
because it's very easy to catch on fire and die by mistake. So there is another way to do this skip where you can kind of skip this dialogue, but you run the risk of soft locking.
Still no contact. We're finally starting to attract some attention, though. The Kazakhstan government is mobilizing ground forces and is asking Russia for help. They think a civil war is breaking out here.
I'll hurry.
Yeah. And there's actually a third fire skip that Valkyrie, who's the world record holder, he does in that level, but he has those rolls down to a science, so he can do it. I can't. That takes about 7 or 8 seconds. So, yeah, just ignore those guards there and just move on and take out these two guards. So here is the Mara skip. I'm just going to roll to this platform and grab it just before Leon can talk to me to give me intel that according to Amara, those lasers have to be turned off through a junction box. So here I'm going to use the biz and just spam these two guards that are running away from me. So there's a guard up there who throws a grenade to try and ambush me, but if you climb fast enough, you'll avoid getting blown up. So here we have to turn on the power to the elevator, and I'm going to use grenades to despawn some guards up ahead. So normally if you manually press the switch, about 6 guards are going to appear here, but if you shoot or throw a grenade at it and trigger the switch, no guards will appear. It takes about 35 seconds. Got to be careful with these grenades. They have a tendency to go through the floor sometimes. Okay, not my best setup there. I never get that interaction skip. I don't know why. It's a tricky one. I don't get it. So I'm gonna use there are 3 sequences of 3 guards up ahead here. Okay, so I'm going to just ignore these 3. Okay, I got through damageless. If I wanted, I could actually ignore the 3 guards up ahead, but they have the one with the biz has a tendency to be too close and he can cause damage. So, you know, it's negligible at this point because the 3 guards are pretty much going to walk right into my line of sight at this point. So, okay, 2 of them did. Oops.
I've made it into the power room. I'm going to try to overload the generator.
Be careful. I'm not sure what that will do to the power room. The whole place could blow.
Not quite the Bid's kill yet. He's in the silo. Alright, so now we make another room explode because, you know, everything explodes in this game. So this is another sort of skit where I'm going to roll off the edge here and grab onto a ledge like that. And this just allows me to just drop down instead of having to crawl and drop like the game kind of wants you to.
Very stylish.
Yeah, saves about 20 seconds. Now, there actually is a strat at the end of this level called the YOLO strat, where you basically run from one end of a corridor to the other, ignoring or shooting guards, and hoping you get to the elevator at the end before you get cut to pieces. But it's extremely dangerous. And it is somewhat dependent on RNG with the guard patterns. Yeah, Baron is correct. We only have a handful of runners for the PS1 trilogy as a whole. And I think it kind of speaks that this game as a whole does feel forgotten, kind of lost to history in some respects. And people who know about it like it, but in terms of like the consciousness, it really has kind of faded. Compared to other games at that time. Metal Gear Solid has endured, Half-Life has endured, GoldenEye has endured. Syphon Filter has kind of slipped away, and I think part of that is because the series hasn't had a game since 2007. And, you know, I think the very mixed reception to the Omega strain, which was released on the PS2, really, I think, kind of made this franchise more of a one-generation wonder.
It is cool, though, because I have seen so many fans of the game in the chat tonight. Yeah. So, you know, they're out.
It is great to see, and it is very, very flattering for sure. And Al Capone mentioned another one, Splinter Cell, which has, I think, been more remembered to a certain degree than Syphon Filter, even though they are kind of the same in some respects. Okay, so this opening section, you have to get to the silo, to the missiles codes in a certain amount of time, otherwise the missiles will launch. So you can't dawdle here. Now we're going to do the elevator silo skip, where I'm going to run into the silo elevator hatch, and I'm going to roll out and skip about 10 seconds of cutscenes. Watch this. This is pretty easy to do. So Gabe, the game thinks Gabe is still kind of in the silo elevator. So yeah, we're just gonna go where nuclear missile is launching. No big way.
Gabe, I'm intercepting frantic calls from NATO command.
So I'm gonna ignore these guards up ahead here and just run and go after a scientist who has a key card that will take me to the computer control room. So Bizkill will be up behind me somewhere. Got the key card. Come on, Bizkill. Oh, he didn't show. So I just gotta take out 2 guards and grab some gas grenades. Because it's the only way you can actually kill Romer in this game. Is because he's wearing full body armor. So he is impervious to everything except gas grenades. Alright, so I'm going to throw a gas grenade right here. And when this cutscene ends, Romer's going to run into it, and time is when this cutscene appears. And time.
Oh. It's like time coughing fit.
Yes.
Congrats, GG.
Thank you.
Oh man. So what's the ending here?
What now?
First, we get the lab guy started on this.
So that is Syphon Filter, more or less. That was pretty. Just 2 bad levels, but otherwise pretty solid. That would have been about a 104 pace otherwise, which is about where I'm at these days. So no, it went well.
Yeah, GG. I thought it was an awesome run, like hiccups aside. And again, we had so many fans come out. I know. I loved seeing that.
That was great. So thanks all who came out to watch tonight. I appreciate it. And special shout outs to, of course, Baron Haynes, who has been a speedrunner of this game for many, many years and has been a great help to me and has been a great support. JY, who also was a great speedrunner back in his time, did one of the first single segment runs. Clicks Gaming, who got this started for me in the first place, as well as fellow PS1 speedrunners, Valkyrie and Drago. So thanks to both of them for keeping me going in this, and thanks to the Syphon Filter Discord communities who also came out tonight and showed their support. So thank you very much, and thank you for giving me the chance to display this at Games Done Quick after 6 years of trying.
Awesome to have you on the show, Pro A. Do you have a schedule for your stream if someone wanted to see maybe more Syphon Filter or other games?
Yeah, I'm a fairly consistent runner. I haven't done a lot of Syphon Filter running lately, but I play Syphon Filter. I play many other games, so you can check out some of my speed runs on Twitch and also on my YouTube. At Pro8007. So you can find plenty more where that came from, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Well, friends, if you had fun with us and you enjoyed the run, make sure you follow Pro8007 on Twitch and on YouTube. Before we break, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of our supporters. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered here on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support the Games Done Quick Hotfix, including this Showtime capsule. So please consider subscribing if you do enjoy our daily Hotfix shows. And if you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows or past events like our recent Flame Fatales Marathon, be sure to check out the VODs on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. We'll be right back with Ape Escape, friends, so stay tuned. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. I'm your host, Smooth Operative, and you are watching Time Capsule. We just finished an amazing run of Syphon Filter by Pro8007, and we are all set up now for another amazing game from 1999, Ape Escape. So please welcome Drunk Kami. Hello.
Hello. How you doing? I hope everyone's
I'm doing well.
I hope everyone's having a good night tonight because we actually get to roll into Ape Escape. I've been playing this for a while. I think like a year and a half I've been running this, and hopefully it goes well today. It can be a little troubling in there, but you know, we should be all fine. So I'm actually just gonna load it up, and the timer will start. I'll count it down, but we just skip a couple opening cutscenes before we start the run.
All right, I'm ready for some monkey business.
And we're gonna be aping around tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, any ape, monkey, puns, whatever you got.
I'll just throw
Now's
them
the
out.
time. Throw them out,
All
y'all.
right, so I'm gonna count it down from 3. We can go on go, but it's gonna be in 3, 2, 1, and we can go.
All right, good luck.
Good luck. I sure hope so. These monkeys are always a little bit troublesome. So if you guys have never played Ape Escape, this is a game that tried to take full control over the DualShock controller. It was actually the first game to require it on the console, on the PS1. Pretty interesting they did that. And the main goal of each level is we're just catching all the monkeys. Well, as many monkeys as they want us to catch. There's a couple of them we just don't deal with. It's like we load up a level, they give us some monkeys to catch, we catch them, we go, and then we'd go through like 18 stages of that. It's a pretty enjoyable experience. We're just gonna skip this mailbox right here and go into the next level. And as we're actually progressing through the level, we're gonna be getting more and more items to actually help us catch the monkeys. So, right here, we got our little gadget lets us swim in the water.
Let's go.
It's real nice. And they actually give us these little training stages to practice them out. Oh, I'm having a little dead zone issue, but if I just rotate there, it's perfectly fine. This game can be a little tough on controllers. There's a lot of rotating the sticks going on. So, sometimes
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
practice. That's the only way I can put it. I'm more surprised I haven't gone through more controllers playing this game.
Seriously.
Once we get a little bit in, it will make more sense. But most part, all of the gadgets are actually the right stick controls them, which is a bit unusual. You're not used to that from a game. You're used to that being like your camera control button. But for this game specifically, it's your gadget button. Catch this guy right here, and we're gonna hopefully not lag. Being a pretty late PS1 game, they tried pretty hard to fit in like a lot of, to make the game look as good as they could. And doing so, we actually got a lot of lag that we have to deal with and manage. Catch that guy through the ceiling because we can.
That works.
Yeah, it works. The net has a bit of a janky hitbox. You start to really learn it after you've played with it for a bit. It's actually just like a big cube. And I know it looks like a little like, you know, circle, you know, the shape, but it's actually just a giant cube we work with. Lets us catch monkeys through ceilings, through walls. You'll see a nice one later when we get to it. The apes have escaped.
Someone asked, what is the actual plot of this game? And I'm curious to hear your answer.
The plot? Yeah, I can hit you with the plot. I'm just letting you know we do have a cycle we're trying to hit here. But the plot of this game is the professor was working on a helmet to give intelligence to monkeys. All right. We are a 10-year-old child who works with a professor and the professor's assistant, Natalie. And that helmet gives monkeys intelligence. It just so happened one monkey, a monkey named Spectre, this white monkey who's part of a carnival? Circus, part of a circus, got that helmet and gained, intelligence, psychic powers, whatnot. And he took over the professor's facilities.
Ooh.
Which the professor also happened to have made a time machine. And Spectre has sent monkeys in the past to rewrite history so apes can be the dominant species and rule the world.
There you have it, friends.
That is the plot of the game, and we, a 10-year-old child, is the only one who can go back in time and catch them.
Let's go.
Isn't that how it always goes in games?
Yeah.
Alright. Every set of stages is kind of separated by a timeline, a time zone, more or less. Like, that was like the prehistoric time. There was actually like a T-Rex that we didn't see. Wow, really good RNG. Isn't that nice? That was perfect. And so we did like the prehistoric times. You had your dinosaurs. Now we're a little bit further in. This is more like overgrown plants, large animals. We eventually get to Ice Age, present times. It's all across
cool.
history. Yeah. All right. There is a monkey I have to talk about on the stage that is the bane of anyone who speedruns this game. We don't know his name. We just call it UFOless. Oh, that bee. And he's going to be coming up pretty soon, but it's a monkey that if we get is really good, really fast. The problem is it's completely random. And I might talk about RNG a lot in this game. A lot of the monkeys' like reactions and what they do to what we do is we can kind of predict it, but for the most part, it's RNG. All right, and he heard me. That's the guy. Jumps in his little UFO there. Sometimes he just doesn't see you. He's completely blind. And when that happens, you can just catch him, and I'll point out the monkey we catch instead later. What's nice about Ape Escape is because we don't have to catch every monkey in the stage, there's actually a lot of backups if we miss like a hard monkey that's fast in the run.
Oh, that is nice, actually.
There's even route divergence. Like, we have certain people who like catching specific monkeys as opposed to other monkeys, and you don't lose any time. In fact, some of them are actually faster but tougher to catch.
So as long as you have like a set amount of monkeys caught, you can beat the game, no problem.
Yeah, every time I catch a monkey, you'll see in the bottom right, we get a little pop-up. Oh, that plant has a giant hitbox. That's all right. We just got to catch this guy off the... There we go. Right there. See the little icons on the bottom right? And we had to pretty much catch enough to make the net icons appear where all the monkey heads are.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Simple enough.
This is the monkey we wouldn't be catching. That's the last monkey in the level. If we caught the UFO, we would have ended on the last monkey and have to go through that load zone, all the water and whatnot. Would have been, you know, a little nicer, but can't always have it.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Sometimes it'd be like that. All right, next level coming up, I believe, is Dark Ruins. Dark Ruins has a monkey at the beginning that I can start talking about what differentiates each of the monkeys, actually, once we load in.
Yeah.
So this monkey here has dark blue pants, and that means he's a really quick boy. And right now, we really can't catch him if we try to approach him head on, so we're actually going to sneak up on him, and he probably won't hear us coming. We're going to hope he doesn't. He's a little alerted right now. But he's a monkey we're actually supposed to... That's kind of unintended. We're supposed to come back and catch him later, for the most part, with another gadget that lets us move fast. But right there, we didn't... we can just catch him.
Your dark blue pants are superior.
Dark blue pants, they're just fast. There are monkeys with yellow pants, which are like your basic monkeys, your basic apes. They got little ones in light blue pants. They're kind of like docile monkeys, more or less. They're like, they're a little scared of us, so they can be quick to react to you and see you coming. Monkeys in red pants are extremely aggressive. Watch out for them. They will do things from throw bombs to punch you to they get a bit crazy. We'll see one later.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Okay.
And then there's monkeys with green pants, and those are like the tech wizards. They got green pants, they got 3D goggles on. These jumps are tough, I'm sorry. Alright. And they got backpacks that shoot rockets. Homing rockets, more or less.
Should I be scared?
Should you be scared? I'm a little scared, I hope. They can be, ooh, that's not good. That's alright, we'll just run off the cliff right here. They can 0 to 100 you pretty fast if they want to. So we're gonna hope that doesn't happen.
I'm surprised that any monkey would get close to you because of the net.
Oh, you know, sometimes you do miss them, and we just gotta eat that. So right here, when I talked about like path divergence, there's a monkey on the left over there. We're not catching him. He's we call him Windy. He's pretty rough. He's pretty rough. We're actually just gonna take this little load zone. We're actually gonna go through here and catch a monkey through here. But you could catch Windy and just end in this room, not have to go through this load. It is faster, but he is a pain to catch. He can be quite rude. Yes! He actually steps on buttons which will activate a wind turbine and push you to the other end of the room. And you gotta catch him before that happens. And
wow.
It can be a little RNG. It can be a little whatnot, but it's hard.
Like, I had played this game back in the day. It's been quite a long time, and I didn't remember how savage the monkeys actually are.
I think they're more savage because we're trying to catch them fast. So, up until now, we've had a pretty okay speedrun. You know, everything's normal, right? This gadget changes everything. I know it's just a slingshot, but It does things a bit wonky. Well, it's actually
Just a slingshot.
just the slingshot, right? In every Ape Escape game, the slingshot is broken. Every single one. You can use it to get some kind of infinite height tech. So do it.
So how does that work? You just like press it the next input at the correct time?
So what's happening here is I'm timing my jump, and when I'm pulling the slingshot, you see how he's pumping his arms?
Oh, yeah.
And in we're gonna dunk this guy. So in
Nice.
doing that, it actually resets us to give us like a grounded state. And with that, we can jump again, and we can just chain them together. You want me to date the run real quick? The game from '99. This is called Ill Catch. Oh, I missed Ill Catch. Oh, that's all right. Ill Catch is hard.
Okay.
You got to catch him through that wall.
Oh, you were trying to catch a monkey through the wall.
Yeah, you got to have a very
Jeez.
specific setup there. And normally you wiggle the net a little and hope that the net hitbox is a bit generous. Yeah, they can do that to you. But it's okay. That monkey's not that bad. We got a little backup right here. And we're going to get... This guy's called River Monkey. By the little river there. He's actually faster than the last monkey in the stage, but only if he's not on the other side of the river. Alright. Normally we wouldn't have to go get him, but as you do. Missing Ill Catch. Alright. This monkey's also pretty unintended. You're supposed to catch that guy after you've beaten the game.
Oh, okay.
You come
Doing that a bit early.
Yeah, you come back with a gadget that lets you destroy those little blocks there so you can knock them down. Or you just, do this. Now, I know what you're saying, right? We got our vertical height, but Spike's still running like a little slow, right? Next level changes that. We're going to get the gadget that's going to have my thumb hurting for the next 30 minutes.
Oh, is it the hula hoop?
It's the hula hoop. It's coming. But first, our rival wants to race us. Jake sees himself as just our equivalent, but we're not going to race him. We don't have to. I kind of feel bad. Jake never gets a spot in the race. Like, he never gets a spot in the run. You just don't race him. All right. Let's get this hula hoop. You're going to see real quick how much this changes the game. So, we get a lot of speed with this hula hoop. Let me just, I have to do this out of bounds. It's pretty tough. Off the mailbox. Isn't that nice? And there's a bunch of out of bounds planes we run up here to not have to do the tutorial. But with the hula hoop, the entire time, I'm going to be spinning this right stick for like the next 30 minutes. Because that's how the hula hoop works.
Godspeed.
Godspeed? Yeah, I'll need it. We're giving Spike Godspeed. Alright, here's Krabby Beach. We call it Laggy Beach, and you'll see in a second why. Don't hug the tree, Spike. That tree, this little spot right there can be a bit rude to deal with, but look at this lag. Oh, it's the one thing you don't remember from your childhood when you play older games. All the lag that comes with them. Oh, we got to set up for a double catch. Oh, look at this. Oh, don't worry, we gotta wait for the cutscene. Oh, right on top of him. Nice. Love that.
Very nice.
The way we actually ran towards that umbrella was to hopefully make him run over there. The monkeys kind of do what they want for the most part, but with our movement, we'll actually try to... What's the word? Oh, I can't think of the word. Manipulate the monkeys to walk in certain directions.
They will do as we say.
Hopefully. That is the plan, after all. Alright. End to that stage real quick. We also... something I haven't talked about, but I probably should mention. It is noted that we're actually maintaining speed by neutraling the joystick for most of this run. I don't actually hold forward while using the hoop. If you hold forward, it will cap your movement speed. But they didn't program it to cap it when you were neutraling. Oh, we can even, IJ out of water. Look at that. Up to you to this guy. We're supposed to lower that bridge over there to catch these guys, but we're not doing that. That's for sure. This is a pretty good run so far. I'm actually quite shocked. Run on a plane up there. A lot of the out of bounds in this game are just... why don't we do something spicy? I want to see this monkey. A lot of the out of bounds in this game... This is Bong Bong, by the way. And yeah. he's the toughest monkey in the game. As you saw by that bomb.
Made quick work of him.
Yeah, he has a machine gun, he can throw bombs, he can shoot rockets, he can combo you. He's got that spider in the back that's like his best friend. It's
Damn.
But he is faster than the other monkey you normally catch. The other monkey's just 100% consistent. That's another spot where we got a little route divergence. What do you feel like catching? I've always called him.
Let me ask you this, Kami. When you're sitting down to do an Ape Escape run, do you kind of just like go with the flow of whatever the monkeys are doing? That's so cool.
Absolutely.
It's like adaptive.
You can kind of a little bit customize your ape run to how you feel in a little bit of a way.
Was it difficult to like get going with the run and like learning all of the different ways that the apes can behave?
Oh, absolutely. What's interesting about Ape Escape is every monkey has their own custom stats. Each have... Oh, I missed it again. That's right. It's a little tough to get up there. You gotta chain a lot of IJs.
Yeah, no worries.
This level actually has the hardest trick, but we're getting to that pretty soon. First we gotta catch this guy. Okay, that's all good. We're gonna take the boat because I kept falling. Every monkey has their own like attack stat, alert stat, speed, and you can actually see them all once you caught them in the little book. You get to look at all the monkeys. They have cute names, what they do, little descriptions about them. But I'm gonna do something that this is the hardest strat in the game. We're actually gonna go out of bounds here because we wanna get to this loading zone up here, and hopefully this lineup's good. That is good. Okay, that was incredibly hard to learn.
Nice.
That out of bounds is to get into this room early. We skip a mini boss fight. We skip like the whole room that we were just in to get here. There are no. Oh, he's being a little rude boy. Catch him off the wall. Little spider monkey. There's a mini boss. We have to swim through water. It's a lot to have to do that, but good old Dexter skip there lets us skip all that. Now, I didn't bring up white pants monkeys, but I should while I'm here. White pants monkeys are probably they're the nicest monkeys ever, because they actually have a pre-programmed route they're gonna walk. So, unlike other monkeys that you kind of have to react to, the white monkeys will always do the same path every single time. Makes them so much easier to deal with. You'll see some more coming up later when we get to Wabi Sabi Wall, and I'll talk about them in Gong Room when we get there. Alright, that was Dexter's Island. We are flying through this game. Coming up next is the Ice Age. Now, what killed the dinosaurs? And we're gonna have to do a pretty tough trick to start with. It's gonna involve me... You can chain the speed off the hoop into your infinite jumping, but you have to be very precise. So I have to actually land on this stick here, and we slid off, but that's fine, because I can just land back on it to get this guy up here. If you don't do the chain the speed, it's actually pretty tough to get up there.
Whoa.
Catch this guy. Now, normally we're trying to hit a cycle with a mammoth, and we'd shoot him from right here, but I fell in the ice, so I know I missed it already. So we'll get him when we go down there. There he is. Oh, we could hit it. That's fine. We'll give him a little... There's a monkey rat in his back. We gotta get off there. Ooh, I missed that shot, but I got extra ammo, so it's fine. Nice little monkey there. And there's one more in the ice over here we're gonna grab. There he is. Nice. Snowy Mammoth's one of the toughest levels ever. Just because of that little stick jump trick. It's for a lot of new runners, it's one of the hardest tricks to do.
Now, for someone like maybe wanting to get into Ape Escape runs, are there a lot of resources available, or
currently,
did you kind of figure that out on your own?
Currently, the main resource would be to watch a run and kind of learn it or ask in the community. I've actually started working on a guide for the game to help new runners, because we don't have like just like a beginner, here's how things work guide. We got a couple tutorial videos for the tricks and such, but not like an overarching guide yet.
Right, yeah, that would be really cool to see.
Oh, absolutely. That's why work on it. Just gotta, it's hard to find the time sometimes.
Oh, for sure. Now, Kami, do you post something like that as an upload to Twitch, or would you upload to YouTube?
Oh, I'd
something like
probably
that?
make a YouTube channel or something like that, but it's currently
okay,
in the
cool.
works. I don't have a
In the
channel
works.
going yet.
Oh yeah, no problems and no pressure.
Oh, of course not. All right, we're actually gonna jump in this room and hopefully catch these two real. Oh, look at that, another double catch. I love when that happens. Those two monkeys got a little cottage out here in the frozen retreat.
Oh, they're making the best of it.
Oh, they even got a little pit. If you actually stop and look in that room, they have a little picture of both of them on the in the room. It's quite cute,
That's adorable.
right? If you actually look at the monkeys in these stages, when you get to the ice stages, they gave them little parkas instead of pants. You know, it's a little chilly for the monkeys.
They thought of everything.
Wait, look, he's got a little parka on. So nice. We have the cousin of Krabby Beach coming up. This room has also got a ton of lag in it, and we have to actually jump and change the rhythm where we're doing the infinite jumping to actually match the lag, or our move just gets eaten. It gets pretty. It's pretty tough. Oh. All right, cool. We're actually pretty close to. I mean, we got a couple levels left. All right. Coming up next is Hot Springs, and hopefully we don't see the Rude Bird. Those little enemies that you see flying around or moving around, their position is completely RNG. So we can actually have one block us catching this monkey, and we're gonna hope it doesn't happen.
We shall see.
We shall see. Oh, I'll hear him before he sees me, but... Oh, he's not there. Nice. That bird over there, that guy in blue back there, he can just block that monkey. He can stand right there. And we're gonna hopefully not look at the waterfall over there. Something I probably didn't talk about is me manipulating the camera in specific directions. And I'm just doing that for lag reduction for a lot of these stages. This stage is really cool in that it showcases how the flyer works, but we don't really use the flyer in the run. That guy almost got away from me. There's a couple...
This being another gadget, or...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, I got through the waterfall. The flyer is this gadget that lets us gain height. You can see why we probably don't need that.
Yeah.
But there are several instances that it's actually really useful. I'm actually going to use it pretty late in the run for one specific one. And I'll mention another one when I pass by it.
Cool, yeah.
All right, we're out of the Ice Age, and Jake wants to race us again. We're going to have to decline. So we got monkeys to catch. We got the world to save, Jake. We don't have time for this, budding rivalry here. If you're wondering Jake's involvement, he's actually being mind-controlled by Spectre right now to race us.
What?
Yeah, Spectre. I think Natalie says it best. She says, "What's happening? What's wrong with you? Do you realize what you're saying? Do you know who you're talking to? Snap out of it. Pull yourself together."
Oh my god, you know every line verbatim.
Oh, I know quite a lot. If you like,
That's amazing.
Did you like double catches? Did you think this game had a triple catch?
I don't know.
Oh, it
Oh
sure
my God.
does. Oh, baby. Into the quad back here.
Oh, baby, a triple.
Oh, baby. All right, cool. That's, you lag a lot going up the stage, so I had to actually hold up on the D-pad that whole time. This is the fastest level in the game. Oh, well, that's fine. He'll jump down to this net. Come on. Didn't want to go up there. You saw how he swung his hands? He was gonna knock me right off of there. Alright. From one of the fastest levels, we're actually going to go into one of the hardest levels. Wabi Sabi. Wabi Sabi's kind of the new player killer. I remember when I was learning this run, I probably game overed in Wabi Sabi multiple times in every run. It was really funny. The first run I didn't game over in Wabi Sabi, I had probably the biggest pop-off of my life.
Oh my goodness.
And you'll see why. So when you're learning how to chain these infinite jumps, it can be quite tough to learn the rhythm. And if you just so happen to miss one, you can see this entire level is a pit. So we would actually just fall out of bounds and die. And that's no good. when you like if I fell into that pit, I'd actually lose a whole life. Not like a little cookie or something. We got a IJ across a pit like this big. It's rough.
I didn't even think about, Spike having, I don't know, lives. Like I just figured you'd had infinite lives. I can't tell.
Oh, that would be nice. Oh, that a setup for a double. I thought we were gonna get triple, super rare. I would have gone crazy if I got a triple there.
We don't want to overindulge. Just the double thing.
Just the double, yeah. You don't need too much. You gotta give the monkeys a chance. They gotta have a fighting chance, right? All right. Hopefully I can make this jump. This one's tight. I did not get the speed I needed. That's fine. We'll just. Okay, cool. Normally you can actually just get straight to that platform. I just missed my input there, but that's fine. I know it's funny. I always say when I'm playing Ape Escape, you don't look like you're messing up, but. Alright. And this guy, we'd actually supposed to come back later with different gadgets than this guy, but if you walk up to this wall, you can just shoot him and get him running. Catch him right like that. Nice.
Yes!
Alright, cool. That's Wabi Sabi. The next stage is the only stage we're not catching monkeys in. Only stage in the game.
What are we gonna do?
We actually have a boss to fight. Normally there's a door you have to open that requires you to catch 5 monkeys. We have a little way around it,
Okay.
But the Crumbling Castle is the first stage that introduces a boss to a stage. You'll see in the bottom right, there's a little specter icon instead of the monkeys once it pops up right there. That tells us we have to actually kill a boss instead of catching monkeys. And this is actually the exit to the stage we're heading into. We got to go back here to actually open the boss door by hitting a button. All right, let's go up here. And there's just no ceiling there, which is nice. And we're going to reduce some running out of bounds on a couple of terrain that we know is here and hit this loading zone. And we are in the room that has the button, just like that.
Easy.
Easy every time. A lot of these jumps you see me doing out of bounds, there is something I should note. If I fall when in out of bounds at all, I don't die. There's no death planes there. We have to actually exit the stage and restart the entire stage. Because they never intended for you to go out of bounds. I don't think most developers intend for you to go out of bounds in their games, so they didn't build in death planes in the out of bounds.
That's really interesting.
In fact, a lot of the terrain in this game that you see me walking across, it's really interesting the way it's set up. People have always said that Ape Escape was actually just a tech demo for the DualShock, since it uses every button on the DualShock, and you can kind of see it in a couple of places, where there's a little, maybe it's not as polished as you'd expect.
Right. They just want to let you have fun with all the controls.
Oh, absolutely. So this is our boss. He's a boss in a game. What we're doing here is we're taking damage because when he electrifies himself, he actually goes invincible. But by getting hit, we are canceling that. So he is then hittable again. So we just wait for him to electrify, and then we just do enough damage in 4 hits. We have the exact amount of health to actually survive that. And I should definitely note, shoutouts to my boy Syphon, who found the only hard lock or soft lock in existence in Ape Escape. If you die on the same frame that cutscene starts, the boss is dead, but you don't get the clear reward, and you don't unlock the next stage.
So it just leaves you there.
If you go back, there's no boss there, so you can't.
Oh, it's just missing.
He's just gone from there on.
Huh.
I had to make a save in case I died somehow. I was so afraid we were gonna soft lock.
Hey, we made it past the soft lock. That's excellent.
Don't worry, there's 2 more.
Oh, okay. You know what? It'll be fine. Don't worry about it, chat.
It'll be fine, right?
We're good.
All right. So this is our little toy car. I just call it the Tantrum because I don't know if you remember having a Tantrum as a kid, but that was my toy car. And
You said that, and I'm thinking like an outburst, a tantrum.
no. The Tantrum was this this cool toy that had like the rotating wheels on the front. It like helicoptered. It was cool. All right, it was a little toy car.
Okay. Anyone else have one of those?
And we use it for a couple things. To note, the monkeys think it's us, so we'll actually use it to manipulate a couple monkeys later. They want you to use it for this guy, but we're not gonna. Oh, it's so nice to be able to just catch him through the wall like that. Oh, missed that guy. That's fine. We'll catch him right here. Just like every park, there's a boxing ring in a cave. I can't explain why. It's just up there. Catch this guy off the pipe. I'm surprised he didn't notice me. Normally, he's already gunning me down while I'm going up there. Catch our little boy Forrest Gump back here on his bench. And we are actually going through the back of the stage again. A lot of the later stages, they backloaded the monkeys. They wanted you to do all the platforming and stuff in the levels, and then your reward was catching the monkeys at the end. But since we know the way to get in the levels backwards, we're actually just gonna go catch the monkeys. Heck yeah. Alright, this pipe is scary. We gotta dodge both the fan blades, these Pikachus, and the walls that will make you slide. Catch this guy back here. This is actually, I know it's called City Park, but this is our sewer stage, as you see in almost any video game.
Yeah, it's reminding me of the Crash Bandicoot sewer level.
Oh, I can kind of see that with like the way the pipes are designed and the water.
Yeah.
I don't think Crash has little purple Pikachus though.
No, clearly Crash is lacking.
All right, dunk that guy with the slide. That was really sketchy. I'm glad that worked. Would you believe?
Sometimes you gotta go for it.
Would you believe there's 3 stages left?
No, this has been zipping by. Like, you're doing awesome.
I'm glad, because it can be a little rough to run Ape Escape. There's a lot of, I mentioned it earlier, but a lot of what Ape Escape is RNG and reacting to monkeys the best you can. All right, this is my favorite song in the game that plays for about, I don't know, like 10 seconds.
Savor it.
I always do when I come out here. They actually want us to use that tank there, which has tank controls, funnily enough, but we're gonna just go over this wall and hopefully land on this guy nice. If we missed him, he would have gotten that UFO, and ooh. All right, and we're also gonna shoot this guy with that projectile to knock him down just long enough to catch him. He would jump in this little octagon there and get in a big turret. We're just gonna avoid having to do all that. All right, and then we're also gonna get a guy up here. There's another... This is another level that has a bit of a route divergence. There's a monkey in one of those rooms there, a green monkey you can catch instead of fighting this mech here, but I normally fight the mech. He's actually faster, but the green monkey you can always catch no problem. We're gonna try to do a setup here to hit him while he's in the air. That's pretty hard to do, but that's fine. You can actually juggle him in the air with your explosives if you time it right, but it's also like positional base. It's pretty tough. And what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get some extra hits while he's jumping in the air, just to kill him a little bit faster. Oop, there we go. And we're gonna do this little gauntlet of gears and spikes. This moving platform moves right where we need it to, thank you. I'm really glad it does catch this guy.
Very convenient.
And
so this is just like you remembering the cycles and like just breezing through.
If you do the same thing every time, those cycles will always line up.
Okay, yeah.
This guy, I love this guy. He has the power of invisibility. Hopefully we don't see it. We did not see it. To give an explanation, sometimes when you hit that guy with the car, he will just turn completely invisible. I throw my hands up. I don't know why.
Oh my gosh. Planned or it's like a glitch?
It's completely a glitch. I think it's something with some animations overlapping that turn him invisible. But I was on really good PB pace once, and he just went invisible for the first time, and I just didn't know what to do.
I would have been confused as well.
There's a couple of things like that. There's a few monkeys that are pretty rude with little things like that. We might see one later where he'll actually teleport through the net. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Oh, that's next level stuff.
All right, this is TV Tower, the second to last stage. This is another level that requires a boss fight, but unlike the other stage, we have to actually catch monkeys in this stage to open doors. There's 3 in this stage. Say hi to the receptionist. Say goodbye to the receptionist. I love that this is what's cool about Ape Escape, is they put a little monkey at a desk there, right? Because of course you'd have a receptionist in a TV tower. I've always found that cute about the games.
I think the devs generally have a pretty good sense of humor in this game, from what I have seen today.
Oh, definitely. Can I get basement catch? Oh, that is a hard one. And what I did there is I ground pounded the car, causing it to explode, and I hit that monkey through the floor, which pushes his model up through the ground and lets us catch it, but it's very tight.
So there's like a level beneath us.
Yes, that we don't have to go to because I caught that monkey through the ground.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool tricks like that. Shout outs to Iggy, who told me to do that trick with the club instead of the car, turning it from like a 4-frame trick into a 1-frame trick.
I mean, hey, we take the frames when we can.
Oh, absolutely. Here's our little tank from earlier. We actually needed here to get this monkey out of a box. That monkey isn't catchable until he moves out of that box. It's really funny. If he chains sneezing down there, he would actually just be invincible the whole time instead of walking over here on the left. It's kind of weird, man. All right, let's catch this guy back here. All right, cool. That's all the monkeys in this stage. There's only like 5 more monkeys we gotta catch. We're almost done.
5 more, chat. Can you make it?
Can we make it? All right, we just got a titular. What would you call it? Auto-scroller boss? This is like an auto-scroller boss. We're gonna just chill out here for a little bit. We gotta hit this guy about 6 times? Oh, we gotta wait till he gives us the opportunity to hit him.
Now, is this like the top ape right now?
This is Spectre is actually piloting this with 2 monkey companions right now.
Wow.
Like, it's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see them in the like top of the. It's a little hard to see, but you can kind of see like a little images up there of the monkeys actually in the cockpit. All right, and here we kind of just have to wait it out. He has 2 different attacks he can give us. This blue UFO one's really slow. We're gonna hope to not see it, and the red one's fast, but we can't look at it. Big lag. All right, and we're actually. This is pretty useful that we use the RC car to actually hit him. There. Don't mind me, I'm just going into the sky for this part. He's actually blowing us with those little fan blades to push us back. I mentioned like windy earlier, same concept. Alright, cool. So we're actually going to set up the car right next to him to hit him when he becomes vulnerable. And I just have to kill one of the UFOs he spawns, just to cut down on lag. Pretty much the point. A lot of the strats, there's lag reduction is so important in this game. It's a pretty late PS1 game. What was it? It was June 99?
I'd have to double check, but I feel like you're saving a lot of casual players some grief here by just the strats are good.
Oh, absolutely. Now we have to actually do something though. So I'm gonna try to manipulate him to do like a specific attack by walking like this. Oh, he gave us rockets instead. Come on.
You're good, by the way. It was June 18.
Oh, I knew it was June. Okay, we got a little unlucky there. That kind of blows. We don't want him to do this anymore. We want him to do another attack. He only does after he's taken 2 hits, but sometimes he just gives us bad luck, and we have to eat it. Like, we shouldn't see this ever again from the fight, but what are you gonna do? It happens. Oh, and he gave us 2 UFOs. He wants us to stay here all night.
He's like, come on, we gotta watch more Time Capsule.
Gotta watch more Time Capsule. Totally understand that. All right. So we did the first 2 hits with the car, but the last ones we're actually gonna do with the explosives we have here. I didn't really talk about ammo. When I was in TV Tower, I was killing robots. This is the attack we want to get them to, because they always consistently drop this explosive ammo we use, and it's like the strongest damage in the game. All right, I gotta do 1 more hit, but we get this movement good, and he'll just go right up here. And we're gonna hit him. And now, I know I said the flyer wasn't that useful. This is the use of the flyer. We're going to actually use it to damage him on the last hit. Because we want to kill him as close to the center of the map as possible to cut down on him. When he dies, he'll like fly in, so we're going to actually hit him with this last hit. With the flyer. Also will save us ammo we're going to use later when I get to it. That was a good TV tower, though. Other than him being a little rude. Yes! Alright. Now we're on the final stage, the longest stage. It's kind of like a mini boss rush, so to say. There's a couple of sections we got to go through, but... You may have noticed in between levels, Natalie's actually been missing from those little cutscenes I've been skipping. She and the professor got captured by Spectre back in Crumbling Castle. And so now we're going to go rescue them from Spectre here for the final stage. Just a note, if anyone's like really good at finding glitches, there's a door in this stage. If you found the way past, I think every Ape Runner would be happy for. There's a door over here that we know there's a loading zone to get to the final area, but ooh, that was weird. But we can't get through it. The door doesn't open until you rescue our little friends here. You were saying, Tippy? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It sounds like there's a bounty in it for someone, so just keep that in mind.
This is our clown boss in the circus. He is unexplained. Just know his name is Tubby.
Right on.
OTL, which is Ape Escape on the Loose, is the PSP version of the game. They actually gave all the enemies names in that version. And this boy, I found out was named Tubby. Love Tubby, though. He's my favorite boss. Just a robo-clown that works for Spectre.
Respect.
Yeah, you know. Alright, now we're going to get into... You saw that auto-scroller boss? Here's our auto-scroller stage. This is the coaster. And we're just going to go up here. There's actually an arcade down there. I kind of wanted to go visit, but, you know, we're speedrunning. We can't go to the arcade right now.
No time.
No time at all. So in this stage, we're going to be jumping some gates. We actually got to pay attention. This first part is, like, always the same, exactly. To jump these gates. But I remember like playing this as a kid. This level was pretty tough because of the draw distance. Like they just come up on you like before you have time to react. They can be pretty tough to jump over.
It's super funny seeing a stage like this in Ape Escape. You know, I have to think back to like Donkey Kong Country and trying to do the minecart.
Oh, the minecart stage? Ooh, that's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Ooh, yeah. All right. And we want to grab this life here just for safety, though I don't think... Yeah, we got 4 lives. Let's hope I don't fall in a pit 4 times. So this part is important, though, because we want to actually jump exactly 6 gates. There are 10 gates in this part that can spawn in 12 spots, so 2 of them are going to be missing, making this section random every single time. But we want to get down to 1 HP for a section coming up. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3... Oh, we're not getting the fast ones. That's 4, that's 5, that's 6, and I missed the coin. Which I just like doing because it's hard to do. Alright. So we're gonna get hit. Yeah. So we got 3 monkeys to catch in the haunted house. Because after a roller coaster, of course, we're gonna go to the haunted house. That's where Natalie's been taken. Let's get in here. And this 1 life setup is going to be important for this. This 1 health setup is going to be important for this. But this haunted house is a pretty cool level to explore. There's like ghosts and spooky genies and knights in armor. But this is our copter to just get right into the Natalie section. Too bad we don't get to see it. Did we get good luck?
Are there any ghost like monkeys?
No, there aren't actually ghost monkeys. It wasn't until a monkey got away from us, so this is what the whole point of the 1 health is. Can you hit me, Ghost? I want to actually get hit.
This bites.
This bites. The later Ape Escape games, they actually started they differentiated the monkeys, like, you know, that kind of is annoying. The monkeys can give us bad luck here and actually enter these coffins, and if they do it, it's kind of, we could be waiting minutes to get them. So we have to just reset the room.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. This is the monkey, by the way, that jumps through your net right there. He does that little leap there. And sometimes he'll go right through. But the other Ape Escape games, they started adding like different kinds of monkeys from like Piposar 2001, which is the next game before Ape Escape 2. They added like little zombie monkeys with skeleton bodysuits and coffins. Then you got Ape 2, they added knights in armor. They started expanding on what monkeys can actually do in those sections of the later games. This one's a little more basic. First game of the series.
First game, yeah, that's okay. It's forgivable.
Okay. Here we go. Jake's final. This is the final thing against Jake. He's in a car. And he's going to shoot toy cars at us. And hopefully that's all we're going to see from this fight. Just like the other races, we're going to try to skip this the best we can. He's, I can't call Jake smart. I mean, he's ramming his car into a wall to fight us. I don't know, man.
He's on something.
He's doing. Well, I mean, he's on brain control right now. I mean, look, he just gets launched 30 feet into the air and then just slams his head on concrete.
Oh, not the best decision.
No,
but, hey,
no.
When you're mind controlled, what can you do?
What can you do? You know. All right, that's all our friends rescued, though. Jake, Natalie, and Professor. So the door is open, and we're gonna head into the last stage. And hopefully, this cutscene loads. It can be a little load. Hey, you go to loaded. That's one of the spots where the cutscene won't actually load sometimes, and then you just soft lock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's.
But we made it. We made it.
We made it. That's what's important. It's funny if that cutscene ever doesn't load and you like listen, you'll hear the audio from the cutscene play, but the video just never loads. Don't know why. All right, this is the final area of the game. We got 2 more monkeys to catch right here, but we gotta go. We kind of gotta activate their defense system to get the monkeys out.
So we're like in space right now, or
Spectre has. Don't ask how. We don't. You know, maybe this holds machinery or something. But Spectre's actually launched his castle into space, and we went up to go get him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough for me.
Good enough. That's all you need. So that monkey pressing that button will actually spawn in the other 2 monkeys we need to catch to get into Spectre's castle, which are these 2 right here, our good friends, the UFO monkeys. Now, I've been trying to avoid UFOs as much as possible. You might see why in case I die to these. They can be pretty, I don't want that ammo. They can be pretty tough to shoot down, but we got that one pretty fast. Hopefully we can get the other one pretty fast. Nope, missed it, but I'm gonna club him. No, I missed the club. Now get back here. Come on.
Listen, we're going clubbing. It's just part of the process.
There you go. All right, last hit there. And catch this guy to open the door. And now, if you played this game as a kid, this level is hard. Like, there's giant robots. There's platforming. There's a lot of things. Oh, and I have to give a special shout out to Sarge for saving me a second on my run by just telling me to jump this gap. Thanks, Sarge.
Thanks, sorry.
Right here, we're actually just going to hit the load zone to enter the final boss fight and skip the whole level.
Sure.
Yeah,
why not?
Sure, why not? And here's our boss fight. This is the final fight of the game against Spectre. We got 2 phases. This first one, we're just going to hoop up to him and smack him around. We get to the second one. Nope, little tough. If you get too close, it'll actually push you off, so you want to time these club hits. Do I have an explosive? I do. There we go. Alright, now we got the final phase, and this is it's a run killer, but we love the Spectre boss fight. He can give us 4 attacks, and on one of them we can damage him, so we're gonna hope he only does that one. It's not the blue one. It's this pink one right here. And what can happen is we need him to do that 4 times. It's a 1 in 4 chance per time. So we can have anything from him doing 5 attacks to him doing 32 attacks.
Wow, that's quite a difference.
Oh, it is. It will, you'll lose minutes. But also, if he does the same arm twice, he'll actually lose an attack, and then it'll only be 3 attacks, so it'll be like a 1 in 3 chance. So statistically better, but we're actually getting a really fast Spectre. Wow. He's being nice to me today. He knew I was going to be on GDQ. He's just like, yeah, we'll just get it over with, you know. What we're also doing here is we're reducing lag by looking at him, but I'm also despawning 2 robots that are flying around that normally shoot you with lasers. When he pumps his chest like that, they'll shoot you, but if you look at him, they don't know you exist because they're not on camera.
That's very convenient.
It is nice. All right. One less. You can actually see them loading up to shoot me now that I've respawned them in. They'll probably hit me here. They did. It's not a problem. 3 more hits and we're done with the game, actually. So time will be on the 3rd hit on Spectre once we get to it. He's got 2 more hits left. And 1 more. He's gonna do 2 attacks, but I'll call time when we get there. I just gotta look at these walls to remove any lag from the fight.
You got this, Kami.
Oh, I got this, and time is coming up. All right, that's time. Cool, that's the run. That's Ape Escape. Hey, all the monkeys
Escape.
caught, time saved, Spectre gets away, you know, but that happens. How are we going to set up more games? We ruined everything. If it wasn't for us, everything would be perfect. If you've never heard the voice acting in this game, I highly suggest you play it just to watch the cutscenes, because
Oh my gosh.
You must be joking.
his
Well,
voice
Kami,
cracked
do
and
you-
everything.
I'll never go back.
Kami, that was an amazing run.
What was my
I both
time?
laughed and cried. Let's check. Your final time was 50-14.
Oh, okay, so right around that 50 point. Okay, cool.
Nice, yeah. I
with a
think
couple
that's
of
about what you expected,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, just about for a marathon, like keeping up with everything.
Nice. Well, great job on the run, Kami. It was
Oh,
a
cool.
pleasure having you on the show. Do
Oh,
you
it
have
was-
any shout outs,
Oh,
comments?
I do actually. I want to shout out my boy It's Devil Dude, Sergeant Silent, Scion, everyone in the Ape Escape speedrunning community. Actually, they're all like amazing people to play with and hang out with. They're the nicest people I ever met. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be speedrunning to this day.
Aw, love that.
Yeah. And if you ever want to run Ape Escape, we did great. Thanks, Natalie. If you ever want to run Ape Escape, you just come down to the server. We always got people that are willing to help you learn. You can find it at speedrun.com, but we always got people willing to help you learn Ape Escape if you want to get into it. Very fun.
Nice. And I know that you stayed up a little bit late for tonight's show. What is your normal streaming hours?
So normally I speedrun Ape Escape Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to whenever I feel like finishing. It depends how my hand holds up. That whole time, rotating the stick can be a little rough on the hand, so I try not to play it too long.
And this is Eastern time?
Eastern time, yeah.
Eastern time. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that those of you watching had fun with us, and please follow Drunk Kami here on Twitch if you did, because I've been in Drunk Kami's stream as well, and I had a blast the other day hanging out. So yeah, I encourage y'all to definitely follow him. And before we end our show, I do want to mention that Games Done Quick is still hiring. So if you have experience in social media creation and would like to help us out at our live events, be sure to go to gamesdonequick.com/jobs and apply. And if you're watching this on YouTube from the future, be sure to press the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check us out at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in watching our shows live. You can tune in tomorrow for Mercy Kill, followed by Passion Project. That all starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. That is going to wrap it up for tonight's episode of Time Capsule. Again, Kami, thank you so much for being here. It was such a blast.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. I've been your host, Smooth Operative. I appreciate you all being here. If you're interested in submitting your own speedrun to the show, you can type !time capsule here in our Twitch chat for more information. And if you have any questions about the show, you can always find me on Twitch here as well, twitch.tv/smoothoperative. But yeah, have a beautiful day or night, everyone. We will see you next time. Goodbye for now.